Hello, welcome to our lesson today, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn about the vector notation. Now a vector is a quantity which is both magnitude and direction, and a vector can be represented by directional lines, as you can see, and you can also give it a name. For example, vector A, and in textbooks they usually put it in bold with an arrow on top or with a little swish underneath, so you're gonna put it like that. So when you write a vector, it's always a straight line with an arrow, as you can see. So let's have another vector. We can call it vector B, and we also have displacement vectors. So displacement vectors, they show direction from one point to another point, and we can have an example of that vector. Let's say we have a vector AB where we're moving from one point A to another point. We have A and we also have point B, and so this vector is a displacement vector, and we can call it AB. We can put an arrow on top, as you can see. Alright, so you can also represent vectors by a grid. So in a grid, this is how it will appear. So we're gonna put a grid just now so that you see. Alright, there it is. And so let's say you have a point like that. You're gonna call it point A and write its coordinates. This is -2 and -2. We can also find another point. Which one? Okay, that one. And then we're gonna call it point B, and we're gonna give it coordinates of -1 and 2. Now for us to move from A to B, we're gonna have to move, so we join together the points and we have vector AB. So we can represent that vector AB. For us to move, you move 1 point, 1 unit to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4 units upwards. So we're gonna write it as 1, 4. And the one on top represents the one that is in the X direction, where you're moving 1 in the positive X direction, 1 unit, and 4 units in the positive Y direction. Alright, so we can also have another vector that we can put, and let's call this one CD. So we can have our C, D, and we're going to count the number of units. So it's 2 units in the positive X direction and 4 units in the negative Y direction. So write it as 2 and -4. Alright, as you can see, let's have another vector. Alright, so this one we're going to call it E. So this vector can be represented by how many units? 1, 2, 3 units in the negative X direction and 1 unit in the positive Y direction. So that is how we use the vector notation. Alright, so that's enough for today. We'll continue on vectors in our next lesson. Thank you for watching.